hope you're doing well. My name's Lucy, I'm the creator behind Lulu's Crochet and More down in Devon. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I have a market recap for you, and I have some things that I've made this week. I have basically made the same thing over and over again, but I had my last event on Sunday, and then I've got another event tomorrow, which is Thursday. So I spent Monday and Tuesday prepping, and then today I've had a long day at work. I might try and get a few bits done this evening, but I've done mostly what I wanted to do. So we'll go over the market on Sunday. That was at Beer Alston for their family fun day, and the forecast was intermittent showers for the entire day. We got so lucky with the weather. So on the drive over, it was piddling it down, and I was literally looking at it going, oh, I don't know, I'm really not sure about this, maybe we should just turn around and go home. But we made it, we got there, and almost the minute that we pulled up, the rain stopped. So I was just like, well, you know, it's kind of like a sign, we've got to do it. So we managed to get set up, and we got to about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, taking into account we were tearing down at 3, and it started raining at 2, and I was like, I knew this was going to happen. I knew we'd end up packing up in the rain. It stopped again. It rained lightly for about half an hour. So we put the sides up on the gazebo, and yeah, we stayed dry. We did, however, freeze our little butts off because it was so cold and so windy, to the point where I had to abandon my, you'll see, I'll put a video up. I had a tree that I'd put some keychains on, and that I was going to put my stitch markers on. Thank God I didn't do that, because it kept blowing over, because we had to put 2 of the panels up because of how windy it was. But I'd already put my tent weights on, so I hadn't put the sides within the weight, so to speak, so they were a little bit higher than they should have been. So they were like sails. The gazebo didn't move, but the sides did, and they kept knocking so much over. Isabella's jewellery stand went flying at one point. Like I said, my tree fell over. It fell over twice, and I was like, nope, not doing it. I had to take the plushies off the top row of my stands because they kept blowing over. We were constantly having to pick things up. Luckily not from the floor, just on top of other things, but it was annoying. But obviously organisers can't control the weather, so, you know, can't blame them for that. It was not the best day I've ever had, but it definitely wasn't the worst day I've ever had. And like I said, I was just thankful that we weren't in torrential rain. Although really could have done without the wind. Luckily I had a coat in the car, and I had some gloves, and a spare hoodie. So Iz had my hoodie, I wore my coat, and I wore my gloves because I was cold, and I had every intention of sitting and crocheting, but my fingers were, no, it wasn't going to happen. Anyway, what did we sell? We sold enough for me to consider doing it again. It was really hit or miss, actually. I had lots of people come into the stall, but I also had probably twice as many people just walk straight past my stall. We were the 5th gazebo down, I want to say. So they had it in the recreation field, and there is a pathway that comes from one side of the village into the field, and we were on that pathway. So I was about the 5th stall that you would see as you came in. A lot of the stalls were resellers, which was really, really disappointing to see. But I didn't ask, and I don't have a say on who they accept. So there were 3 stalls that were pretty much selling the exact same thing, which was Temu Tat. There's no other way to describe it. It was those balls on the end of a bungee cord, squishy, what are they called, dumplings and mystery boxes, and just the stuff that you can buy on Temu for a couple of quid and then resell. There were a couple of 3D print resellers, which again was really disappointing to see, because there is a guy that I've done quite a few events with actually, who makes all of his own, and he has paid for licensing to use certain products, and he UKCA tests. These guys don't do that, they just resell. So yeah, it was disappointing, but it wasn't marketed as a handmade event. It wasn't marketed as an artisan or anything like that. So, you know, people are just gonna take advantage of that and sell their shit, basically. Excuse my language, but that is what half of it was. There was also like face paint, there's a bouncy castle, ice cream van, lots of little games for the kids. There was a merry-go-round that the guy turned up in a van with and literally just built in front of us, which was pretty cool to see. There was a resin person. Yeah, the person next to me was selling like hand-sewn stuff, and then the person on the other side of me was selling, well, I don't really know what she was selling. She was doing like, is it Faith of Nature or Faith by Nature, the brand? So like refill shampoo, conditioner, body lotion, that sort of thing. It was a mix, but I think 4 of the stalls at least were resellers. Anyway, what I sold, I'll stop complaining. Maybe, we'll see. So I'm gonna do what I did last time and just go in the highest total. I think that's what I mean. I get it wrong every time, who knows. So I sold 3 leggy frogs for £5 each for a total of £15. 2 spider babies for £6 each for a total of £12. 2 small cats for £5 each for a total of £10. The spider babies I sold a purple and a black, and the small cats I sold a white and grey, and then the new purple and pink. Leggy Froggy, I know 2 of them are green, I can't remember what the 3rd one was. I sold a Demogorgon. Well, actually Isabella sold it. I'd wandered off in between the sales. We did wander around to try and keep ourselves warm, and that went to a toddler who was still in a pushchair, and their parents bought it for her, and my god, it was so cute, so cute. 2 Stingray babies, no idea on the colours, £4 each. Demogorgon was 10, sorry if I didn't say that. A Peapod for 7. That was the daughter of the person that was next to me, selling the beauty stuff. She kept coming in and kept going back and coming in and going back, and eventually her mum caved and said, yeah, you can have it. So that was really sweet. She also took a business card, so I might be doing a possible commission, which would be great. I sold a yellow rubber duck for £6, a Dumbo Octo for £6, a Rift for £6, a Capybara for £5, 2 pairs of earrings for £5 total, so I sell them £3 a pair, or 2 pairs for £5. A little squidgy penguin and a little squidgy seagull, and that was it. So I had a total of £98 come in. The table was 10 and it was about 15 minutes away from us, so probably like £2 or £3 in fuel, if that. So yeah, it wasn't awful. And I think if it had been a nicer day, we'd have made more money, but we didn't make a loss. And as I always say, a profit is a profit. So I'm not going to complain. It would have been nicer if it had been a little bit more successful. But that's my 2nd outdoor market of the year, and I did better at that one than I did at the first one. And I wasn't there for as long. It ran from 11 till 3, and we could get there from 8:30. So we had so much time to set up, which was great. It's really nice when you can just relax and you're not like in a mad rush to get to get everything out. Sorry, I just caught myself on the notebook. Yeah, so I replenish some things because that's what I do. I come home, look at my list, go, even though I have no reason to, and then I panic make stuff. So I only had 4 Stingray babies and 4 leggy froggies left, so I made more, obviously, because it's me and that's how my brain works. So I made I've made 6 leggy froggies. I don't know why. I only sold 3. Why I have a need to then double the amount, I have no idea. So we have 4 in Forest Floor. I really like them. I think they're really cool. I don't think I've done this colourway before, so I'm hoping that they, they sell. But yeah, so 4 in Forest Floor. Watch me not sell another leggy frog for the rest of the year. That always happens. But like I say, it doesn't go off, so I can just keep it. And then 2 in Lime, because I think I had at least 3 left in the other green, which Shamrock. So yeah, Lush Lime or Lime Birds, something to do with lime. So yeah, 6 leggy froggies, and then because I sold a grand total of 2 baby stingrays, and I haven't made any since I originally made them, I made 10. I don't know why, but we've gone for these nice variegated colours. So I have these 2, these 2, these 2, these 2, and these 2. And if you notice, they're all finished. All they need is their tags putting on, which is very, very good for me. If you're new, I am a huge procrastinator, and I will wait until I have a pile that is intimidating, and then I'll start adding things on, and then I wonder why it takes me 2 days to finish. It's a problem, but I'm getting slightly better, mainly because I've got my event tomorrow and I've run out of time and I had to finish things, otherwise they weren't going to get done, because I'm working tomorrow in the morning before I go to my event. So yeah, like I said, I sold 2 spider babies, so I've made 4. So 2 in black. I love these with the red eyes. I'm so glad I started doing the little red eyes. And then 2 in purple. And then I made 2 cats to replace the 2 that sold. This is popular. I might have to make some more. I didn't realise that these little, they're not calico, spotted ear cats were going to be so popular. And then that's the pink and purple one that I was talking about. I had the pink one, like pink and yellow one, out at the same time, but she went for this one. She bought both in the same transaction. It was very cute. Her mum was great because she was like, your stuff is so cheap. And her daughter was like, does that mean I can have 2 things? And she's like, yes. I was like, ah, brilliant. More people like you, please. My stuff is not cheap. I mean, it's affordable, but it's not cheap. As in, the quality isn't cheap. Like, I don't know why I make a big deal out of that. Anyway, doesn't matter. Rubber duck I've replaced. I want to try and get another one. I did start another one in the darker yellow, but I ran out. Whoops. And then I was going through my totals, trying to decide what to make next, because I didn't want to make anything that's on my list. And I had an odd number of pickles, so I made 1 pickle. And I think that is the cutest pickle that I have ever made. Look at his little face. He's so cute. Yeah, so tomorrow is a primary school. We are outside again. Isabella is obviously at school because it is Thursday. So I'm just defluffing. I won't finish that sentence because that sounded very rude in my head. Or should I? I'm just defluffing my pickle. Oh dear, if you know, you know. If you were with me. Was it last Christmas or the Christmas before? I think it was the Christmas before. And I'd made loads of these guys. And I was in the middle of an event. And I was in the middle of making them. And I looked down and realised, it's not as funny as I'm making it out to be, that I'd put a bubble about here. And I just looked down and went, oh my God, my pickle's got a pickle. And that was it. I was gone. It was a very slow event. All of us were desperate for a laugh. And I did have the whole room in hysterics and one very embarrassed daughter. But yeah, they bring me joy. What was I saying? Tomorrow, yeah, primary school, outdoors. Isabella is not coming with me because she is at school and doing her GCSEs. And I feel bad enough that I'm dragging her away from her revision on Sunday to do another event with me. But the girl needs a break. So Chris is coming with me. He has taken the afternoon off work and I'm now defluffing a spider. He is going to meet me there and hopefully he will be my good luck charm again. And he can be customer facing and I'll run around in the background. hopefully having to dig more stock out because we're selling out. That would be lovely. Yeah, so that is tomorrow. I've not done it before, so I don't think, no, I haven't. I definitely haven't. I haven't done this one before. I'm doing quite a few events that I haven't done before this year, accidentally. But you've got to get out there, haven't you? If you don't get out there and experiment, then you don't know. My son has just got home from school. Is he going to come in and say hello, or is he going to pretend I don't exist for another 5 minutes? Pretending I don't exist. Yeah, so that is from 3 till 5. We can set up from 1:30. So yeah, hopefully it goes well. And then we have Sunday, which is a music festival, which again I've never done before. I don't think I've even been to like this, or I've been to Download, but this is like in a village field. I say village. No, it is a village. It'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. It should be good. And that is a later start, and it's the bank holiday weekend, so I can actually just like stay as late as we need to and not have to worry about getting up for work the next day, which will be good. Yes, it is, and I'm going to go and do that one. I think that is going to be a late one. I think we have to be there for 10, and they haven't given me an end time. I'm going to have to try and find some lights just in case. But yeah, so that's the plans for this week, and then I have another event next week. So they are coming in thick and fast. I'm really busy this month and next month, and then it slows down. I think I've only got like one event booked in for July, and I think only one for August, and then we will start getting ready for Christmas. It comes by way too quickly. Anyway, that's all I have to say. If I make anything else before tomorrow, I will pop on and show you, but Joe's got football training tonight. I've got work tomorrow, so probably not, unless I get that rubber duck done, which I might try and do now. But anyway, I'm gonna go. I hope you all have a really good week, and I will catch you soon. Take care. Bye.